Hi there. My name is John, and I have a Christmas question for you. And this is the question: why has anyone even heard of Jesus? Seriously, why has anyone heard of Jesus? Jesus of Nazareth is indisputably the most influential person that ever walked the face of the earth. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself how this could possibly happen? Jesus was born to a poor Jewish peasant couple who lived in a tiny village out in the country in northern Israel. At this time, the Roman Empire, whose capital was 1,400 miles away, was reaching the height of its power. The notion that this Jewish peasant child would one day have a deep and lasting effect on the entire world is unlikely in the extreme. And yet, here we are at Christmas again. We gather in buildings built in his honor. We sing, we light candles, and we exchange presents to celebrate the birth of this baby born in a stable 2,000 years ago. How can this be? Philosophers and theologians throughout history have taken note of something about humanity. We seem to have, as part of the human condition, an inherent restlessness and longing in our soul. It's though there is something more, and we know it, but we don't know what it is or how to get it. C.S. Lewis was a professor of medieval and Renaissance literature at both Cambridge and Oxford universities in England, and he wrote this about this idea of this hole in our soul. He said, or wrote, "If we find ourselves with a desire that nothing in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that we were made for another world." I'm going to give you one more quote by another great thinker. This one, it's either Blaise or Blaise Pascal, however you pronounce it. He was a 17th century mathematician and scientist and philosopher. And if you know much about the history of science or philosophy, you know that he is among the leading figures of science and philosophy for the whole history of science and philosophy. And he noticed this too. And he wrote about this hole that seems to be a natural part of the human condition. I'm going to read it for you. This is what he wrote, Pascal. "What else does this craving and this helplessness proclaim but that there was once in man a true happiness, of which all that now remains is the empty print and trace? This he tries in vain to fill with everything around him, seeking in things that are not there the help he cannot find in those that are, though none can help, since this infinite abyss can be filled only with an infinite and immutable object. In other words, by God himself." When I read that, I'm shocked at how modern that sounds, even though he wrote it in the 1600s. People have a sense that there is happiness and peace that can be found, and they look everywhere to try to fill that hole. But the truth is that every person is born with a God-shaped hole that only God can fill in their souls and lives. Welcome to the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ. Welcome to Christmas. People who knew Jesus personally came to believe that he was, and now I'm quoting the Bible, he was the image of the invisible God and the exact imprint of his being. At the present, about 2.4 billion people, which is about a third of the Earth's population, across all continents and nations and cultures, find that Jesus fills the God-shaped hole in their souls. So even though our Christmas celebration in the U.S. is wrapped in cultural traditions and infected with materialistic consumerism, there is a deeper truth at play in this holiday. It's about Jesus, who improbably is the most influential person who ever lived. So I would urge you this Christmas to be open to the possibility that in some mysterious way that you could slowly discover or have revealed to you, Jesus of Nazareth is in fact the Savior of the world. and the only one who can fill the God-shaped void in the soul of humankind. And if you want someone to talk to you about it, I'd love to talk to you more. You can hit me with a DM on whatever social media you're watching this on. And I wish you a very Merry Christmas. My name is John Rallison. I'm the pastor of Redeemer Lutheran Church in Salem, Oregon, and thank you for watching.